Today I'll be teaching you how to cover your fascinator base using velvet fabric, and you can use this technique for any other fascinator base design. So I want to make a percher, and I said let me just make this video to show you how to cover your fascinator base using velvet. So let's get started. So first of all, I need to cut off that excess. I just removed this fascinator base from the block, so let's cut it off. When you're trimming your fascinator base, please don't trim too much because you need the excess for when you put your wire to cover it up. Yeah, awesome. So I'm done trimming now. Can you see that? Can you see that what I have left is enough to cover up? Awesome. So I'm just pressing now, going round, so that I know exactly where my wire is going to stay. You don't need to do this step. I just like to do it. For me, it kind of defines where my wire will sit in. Now let's add our flexible wire, and this is how I add my own flexible wire to my fascinator base. The first thing, if it's rounded, I need to bend it so that it can follow the natural bend when I fix it in the fascinator base. So when I'm done doing that, I'm just going to place it inside the fascinator. Watch closely, please. And I'm placing it inside the fascinator so that I can also get, the accurate shape and pull it out, cut off the part that I need, and then use my paper tape to finish it up. Okay, so now that I have fixed the wire inside the fascinator base, I'm just doing that to be sure that it is firm inside and it's not loosed. Now please look closely. Can you see inside the fascinator base? I overlapped the wire. You can skip this step and measure a fascinator base and add 1 or 2 inches extra. Can you see now? I have the part where I want to cut off, so I'm going to hold that part together. Watch closely, please, and pull it out, and I'll use my plier to cut off. So I have gotten my own shape. Good. Now watch where I'm cutting from. Like I said, you can measure the heart block and then cut off by adding 2 extra inches, so that it has that overlap before you put your paper tape. Also, now that I'm done, I'm going to be using my paper tape to join together. And if you note, my paper tape is not bulky, it is small because I don't want a bulky part of the wire. So you just wrap this on 2 or 3 places and then you're good to go. I hope you understand this part, and don't forget that if you have any questions, I am here to answer your questions. Again, thank you so much for choosing Zofa Headwear. So I'm going to use the plier to curve that part of the wire because it's like it's bent, it's shooting up too much. Then I'll use my paper tape to wrap it. So now it is ready to be fixed in the fascinator base, right? Awesome. When you're done getting your wire together, you can now easily fix it in the fascinator base and you're good to go. All right, look at it. Very easy to fix now. Can you see? Amazing. So once you're done fixing the wire in the fascinator base, the next step is to add your UHU glue or B7000, whichever glue you want to use. Put it round, and as usual, wait for the glue to be a little bit tacky. Let it dry up a little before you now seal up the ends of the fascinator base. Please note that I'm applying the glue on the edge of that the tip, not inside the wire, not on the wire, on the edge, round it. So once you have checked to see if it's still wet, once it's tacky, then you just seal it round just like I'm doing in the video. Please don't forget, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer all your questions. Now that we are done, it's time to cover our fascinator base with the velvet fabric. Can you see the velvet I'm using? It's stretchy on all sides and it is thick. It's very important that you use original velvet for this project, because by the time you are sewing the 2 fascinator bases together, you will understand that if you use a very light fabric, you might have issues sewing them together. So what I'm doing now is I'm applying the UHU gum on the fascinator base. You can start from the middle by applying some and then go round, in circular motion. And please don't just pour all of the glue on it. Do it strategically. Go around in in circular motion. So you're going to do this step by step till you are done with the covering. And as always, wait for your UHU to dry up a little. When it's tacky, that's the best time to cover the velvet with it. The glue will not seep through the fabric, but if you just cover it immediately, the glue will seep through the fabric. So I did a test to be sure that the glue is tacky, and it's tacky. So watch closely. Did you notice that I cut my fabric in square form? Now, do you see how I'm doing it? I didn't just put all of my weight on the fascinator base. You do this gently pulling down. And the beauty is with stretchy fabric, it's very, very easy. Okay, gently pulling down. Use your fingers to rub it as you're pulling the fabric on it. You see that because the glue was tacky, it's not seeping through the fabric, and that's why it's easy for me to do this. If it was wet, it would have been seeping through the fabric and it will stain the fabric. All right, now that we are done with this part, we're going to flip it over and cover the next part. Now we're going to cover, we're not covering every part of the inside of the fascinator base. You do the same thing you did outside. Apply glue, wait for it to be tacky, and then little by little you cover the fabric on the fascinator base. I hope you understand this part. Again, let me say thank you so much for choosing Zilpha Headwear. I'm super excited to have you here. So you said the way I'm doing the inner part, I'm doing it step by step. I'm not in a hurry. Just do it little by little. Gently use your thumb to pull the fabric down while you're using your other thumb and your index finger to guide the fabric. And that's it. When you're done, cut off the excess and you're ready to put your percher together. Now that you've covered your fascinator base, use a sharp scissors to cut off the excess inside before you put your percher together. I hope you understand every step it took me to get to this point. Now look at that. Both of them are ready to be joined like co-joined twins. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next step. And again, thank you for choosing Zilpha Headwear. See you in the next step.